SUVs have become the most popular segment here in the Philippines, but with the abundance of choices out there, you want one that is a little bit more refined, something that is a little bit more Euro-inspired, but also still affordable. This one right here is the 2022 MG ZST Trophy. Today I'm going to show you around this car and I'm also going to give it a test drive, so stay tuned. The MG ZST is basically a facelifted version of the MG ZS, but just because it's a facelift doesn't mean it didn't transform into a completely different feeling car, which we will talk about later. But first, exterior-wise, it is still rather similar to the MG ZS sans a few upgrades. You now get full LED headlights, you get fog lamps, you also get a camera up front for the 360-degree view camera. I'm also especially liking that really blacked out grille. On the side, you have turn signal repeaters on your side mirrors. You also get some cameras over there. 17-inch rims wrapped in a great set of Michelin Primacy 3 comfort tires, and the ground clearance over here is more than adequate for Philippine roads. But this car is called the Trophy, and you do get your trophy badge over there, and you also get roof rails up top. Move towards the back of the MG ZST, and the first thing that I really did notice here and really appreciate is the slope of this tailgate, which does remind me of a Mercedes-Benz GLC. Other things that really remind me of Euro cars over here is they're trying a bit harder right here, but they do give you fake exhaust down below. A Brit Dynamic badge to signify the heritage of the MG mark, and also the ZST badge. Now, if you do open up this tailgate, it's like a Volkswagen wherein you do push on the MG logo to open it up. Pretty cool. And over here, you have great amounts of space, but the only issue here is that the load lip is pretty high. However, there's an easy fix for that. You simply raise up this false floor and you can give you an almost flat loading area. You can also fold down the seats, 60/40 in this car, and you do get a space saver spare tire. And now for the engine of the MG ZS here. Remember how I said that this isn't just a facelift in a cosmetic sense? Well, this engine right here is a better engine now. It is now a 1.3-liter turbocharged gasoline engine, making 163 horsepower and 230 Newton meters of torque. It is also now mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission, which is 2 more gears than what you had before. Here inside the MG ZST Trophy, check the door stud. It's not very Euro sounding, but for a car at this price point, it's not bad. And so is the rest of the interior. This price point, you would usually think of a plastic wonderland, but for this one, really soft and supple padded leather up top on the dashboard, even here at the center and on the side. While there are some plastic pieces to it, like here on the door cards, it's not too bad. The seats themselves, too, they're incredibly thick, really comfortable, also wrapped in leatherette, and also with this red sport stitching, as well as the MG logo. Plus, it's also power adjustable 6-way for the driver's side. The steering wheel is multifunction, very easy to use. The padding is also not bad with lots of red stitching on it too. But the problem with it is that you can only tilt it, but you can't telescope it. I don't know if I have short hands, but I find myself kind of reaching to be able to reach it. You do get cruise control in this car, as well as a speed limiter though, which is pretty good. Now, your instrument cluster, it is digital and it's so easy to read. Also multicolor, very nice. But the center display right here is even better. It is a 10-inch touchscreen that is incredibly responsive and has Apple CarPlay, and now for the ZST also comes with Android Auto, although they are all wired. You also get a 360-degree view camera and a reverse camera for that. For other features in this car, you do get blind spot monitoring, you get dual front airbags, side airbags, as well as side curtain airbags, 6 speakers which sound pretty good, and also a panoramic sunroof up top. Now here at the back seats, check the door stud. Now that actually sounds a little bit more Euro-like, and when you are back here, space is actually pretty good for a car of this class. So is headroom despite this panoramic sunroof. And what I absolutely love about this car is that the seats, they really didn't skimp out on the padding. It's as thick as the front seats. There are a lot of plastics here at the back, but that is fine because you do get your own air vents back here, very important, and also 2 USB ports. You don't get a center armrest though, which is a bummer, but you do get these map pockets on both the sides of the seats, thankfully. Now, if you want to see 3 people in the MG ZST Trophy, you can kind of do it for short journeys. The car is rather narrow, but the center tunnel is not that wide, so you can kind of spread your feet apart. But aside from that, really, this is a very comfortable cruiser, especially if you are only carrying 4 people. Now we get to drive the MG ZST Trophy, and this car coming from the MG ZS, you really get so much more power with this one. That turbo, which now gives you 163 horsepower, is quite peppy and is way more than enough for your daily drives. One problem though, the turbo lag is really apparent. I mean, there's a big ton of turbo lag in this one. And next up would be the transmission, because okay, if you're going at speeds like this, no problem, you want to overtake, that's fine. But if you are at stop and go traffic and you just want to creep forward, I let off the brake right now, and it takes a tad while before it moves forward. It feels like a dual clutch transmission, although I made sure to check that this still has a torque converter and is a conventional automatic transmission. Quite weird. Not a deal breaker, people just have to kind of get used to it. Well, it's not the best in stop and go traffic. If you're already going, the transmission is pretty good. It knows when to shift, and that additional 2 gears that they give you is very much appreciated on the highway, because the older MG ZS, it has trouble maintaining highway speeds. It tends to over rev a little bit, but with this one, you go on the highway, you can maintain around 1,800 RPM, so it doesn't really get too stressed out because of that additional 2 gears. Also, if you do want to pass someone on the highway, just bear your foot down and it'll easily pick up speed without any problems. Next is the suspension in this car. So you do get McPherson struts up front and a torsion beam at the back, pretty standard for the class. It's pretty good. I mean, the way it deals with bumps and potholes and manhole covers, it's all rather comfy. It's almost as comfy as, let's say, the Ford Territory, but not as comfy. But also, when it comes to handling, it's not as sharp and precise as a Geely Coolray, so it really sits somewhere in between the two. Speaking of the handling though, the steering feel in this one, it feels very much assisted. Now, you have 3 modes for this. You have the urban mode, which makes it really light. You have the normal mode, which is standard, and also dynamic mode, which tightens it up a lot. You can control everything through the infotainment screen. Normal is best, urban's a bit too light, and the dynamic mode, although it's heavier and supposed to feel a little bit sharper, it just feels really artificial and assisted and even vaguer than normal, so I do suggest you keep it in normal mode. The seats is something that I really do have to commend, because you can jack it up pretty high, so you have a very commanding driving position, and the padding on it is probably the best in its class. I haven't been able to try it out for longer journeys because it doesn't have lumbar support, but for the most part, I mean, in this class, most cars don't really get lumbar support, so it is pretty much fair game. Since your driving position is pretty good, you also see so much out of the front. And you also have that 360-degree view camera, although not the clearest. It is more than enough, and it will help you easily park this car. And next up would be the noise, vibration, and harshness. At idle, yes, there's a little bit of a vibration. That 1.3 liter engine is not the smoothest out there, but it's more than enough, and it's not annoying in any way. As for the noise, suppression first. Road noise is not the most suppressed, especially at highway speeds. You can really hear a lot of that tire despite it having Mission Primacy 3s. However, it is pretty good for the class. It's not class leading, but it is still pretty good. However, going back to noise though, the noise and the sound that this car makes, it's incredibly throaty. I mean, despite having a 1.3 liter engine, it sounds more like a 2 liter engine, which is always a welcome addition in cars like these. Fuel economy wise, the MG ZST does around 6.3 kilometers per liter in the city, and that's with moderately heavy traffic in the metro. Not the best, but the other cars in this class with 1.5 liter engines more or less gets about the same, maybe just plus or minus 1 kilometer per liter. But when you do go up over to the highway, this can easily return you around 14 kilometers per liter, and that's without even hypermiling. Now let's talk about pricing. The MG ZST Trophy comes in at 1,158,888 pesos. What do we think about this car? I think that this car is an excellent daily cruiser that is in between a Geely Coolray and also a Ford Territory in terms of the sporty dynamics and also its comfort. How about you? What do you think? Do you agree that this car is a great daily cruiser? Do comment down below and let us know your thoughts. And also don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Thank you for watching.